couple weeks ago, Liberty Athletics announcing Nikki Parsley as the head women's field hockey coach here at Liberty, and congratulations, Nikki, on that. We were talking off camera. You've always wanted to be a field hockey head coach, so reality now has set in. What's it like for you?
It's been amazing so far. It's not like everything's been, perfect or easy, but there honestly has been so much grace in it. And it's phenomenal, to be at this place. There's nowhere else I'd rather be coaching at, before when I was assistant, and now as a head coach, it's really awesome to be at Liberty.
You've had your feet on the ground here over a year. You were an assistant last year with the program. And what's it like not having to have all the responsibility, and now you do? And I know Jody taught you a whole lot of how to be a head coach. So what has that transition been like for you?
Well, it's interesting. I just been telling a lot of people, because a lot of people ask about it, but there's some things you're not going to have the experience of doing until you are afforded the opportunity to be in a position of, head coach. But yeah, Jody's certainly a mentor of mine, and then just Tracy Fuchs, my college coach, Michael Jordan of field hockey, that's what she's called. Okay. But just some of those people, and Michigan coach, and a lot of those guys, just whatever you need, you have questions, you just reach out. So it's been a really good transition so far.
For those of us that experience Liberty field hockey, we know how passionate it is, how important it is, but you're a world traveler. You've been all over the planet with your initiatives with field hockey. What is the reaction around, I guess, the world about this program and this school in general as it continues to grow?
I'd say, the field hockey community definitely respects Liberty as a fierce competitor and someone that's, gonna come at you, gonna come for you every single game. And I think the passion and the work ethic of the program is really what sets us apart. I don't know if that answers your question, but yeah.
No, it does. It does. And because we know Liberty as not just a regional school, it's around the globe with the online program. It's just people are starting to know about it. When it comes to your philosophy with what you want to see your team do on the field, give me some of those aspects.
Yeah, so for us, we want to outwork and attack. We want to be on the front foot of everything that we're doing. Even defensively, we're starting our attack from the back. And I'd say something, kind of mentioned this earlier, but work ethic is unquestionably a non-negotiable for us because it's a controllable. It has nothing to do with skill, it has nothing to do with how I'm feeling. And if I can show up and outwork the opponent on every single level, we're going to be in a really good place.
As we tape this in mid-February, what are some of the things your girls are doing right now?
Yeah, so right now we're in individual phase, which is a pretty special time just because you really kind of, get to work out the nitty-gritty technical details of the sport, which I really love and enjoy coaching. And we're going through a book called Fresh Wind, Fresh Fire by Pastor Jim Cymbala of the Brooklyn Tabernacle, which is really important, just the spiritual side of things and continuing, as Jody had done in the past, but just really honoring Jesus. In every single thing that we do. So it's been really neat. We've had some prayer meetings and just, it's been cool to see God show up in those as well.
Also now working on the schedule as well. How close were you to having that completed?
Yeah, so we got a couple of games left to schedule.
Okay. You mentioned the off season, Nikki. If you talk about baseball, some kids in the off season can work on a pitch and not worry about the repercussions of not having it perfected. What are some things that field hockey players, what are some things you tinker with individual players?
Yeah, so right now it's a lot of those technical skills, just like you're working on, pitches in baseball. Same thing, hits, sweeps, individual defense, like the very small details of like body position, how are we going to approach our approaching lines, and things like that. It's not a lot of tactics we're talking about or bigger picture things, but just we want to be the team with the best basic skills in the country.
When you talk about your career, who are some of your field hockey heroes? And a couple of people, you've already mentioned a couple of them that you've looked up to, that you still reach out for advice. Yeah,
so definitely Tracy Fuchs. I mean, she's my college coach for 4 years, was on the national team for 17 years and the captain for 14, and someone I, feel tremendously blessed to have been under, as a player. And then obviously these last few years, mentoring me kind of on the coaching side of things. So that's been really phenomenal. Kristen Holmes-Wynn, the former Princeton coach, is someone I've always really looked up to, got to play under her with some of the junior national team things. And it has been really neat to see the relationships evolve. As I stepped in, both as an assistant, but especially, stepping into a role as a head coach, being able to have that conversation with some of yeah, people that have won national championships. It's special, yeah, and not something I take for granted, for
Absolutely
sure.
not. Yeah. Athletics Director Ian McCall mentioned, quoting in the release of you being announced the head coach, about your experience with Team USA in the national level. How has that experience helped connect you as far as recruiting? And when people see the experience you've got, wow, I want to learn under Nikki Parsley. So how does you think that's helped you?
I think it's tremendous for recruiting, you know, not just as a player, but being able to help out with the under-19 national team last spring and then with the under-17 national team this year, you know, because you're constantly around the people, the best in the business, and you're learning from them, you're working with the best athletes in the country. Yes, I think it's kind of twofold. Yeah, you get to work with those athletes, but you're also continuing to grow professionally as well in those environments. So yeah, it's definitely, I think, a good thing.
Well, Nikki, we appreciate your time. Congratulations on your new post here at Liberty, and can't wait to follow your success.
Thank you.
That's head new women's field hockey coach, Nikki Parsley.